So today we're going to talk about shin splints.
So first of all, what are shin splints and when would you likely catch them, get them, suffer from them?
Don't come near me, I don't want to catch your shin splints. So shin splints is often known as compartment syndrome, which basically means that the muscle within the compartment gets a little bit too swollen for the size of the compartment, and it causes this tension through the muscles. Very, very uncomfortable and can actually stop people from performing.
Now generally you will get shin splints when you're walking or running. Some other things, I've heard of people getting shin splints even on rowing machines.
Yeah. It's any time that you're required to lift the toe in a continuous way. So like if you're fast walking, for instance, then you have to keep lifting the toe just to maintain that speed. And again, running. And what's happening is the muscle at the front of your shin is having to fight against your calf. Okay, now the muscle at the front is a lot smaller than your calf, so fighting against it can be a difficult job.
So some of the common mistakes people make when they've got shin splints is, or the first go-to is, they try and stretch out the area that is sore, which is your classic, isn't it?
Yeah. And although this might give you some momentary relief or may feel like it's working, it's actually not really going to help you that much in the long term.
So some of the main causes of shin splints, wrong footwear. If the footwear is too flat or even too heavy, you might not be foot falling correctly, which can cause an imbalance in the foot, tightening up the calf, and ultimately it's tightness in the calves that causes the problem.
Yeah. And as a secondary to that, just tight calves. If you've got really, really tight calves, it's going to cause the front muscle in the shin, the tibialis anterior, to be overworked because it's trying to balance out the ankle movement due to the tight calf, and like I said, it's just not as strong and as big as your calf, therefore it really, really struggles and it feels really achy.
And ultimately sometimes shin splints can be so bad that you cannot walk. You get to the point they cease completely, you have to sit down, you're not going anywhere.
So the go-to advice then, how to cure shin splints?
You need to stretch your calves.
Yeah, prevention is better than cure. So stretch your calves before activity. In fact, on a daily basis would be ideal.
So two basic stretches, standard sort of plant the foot in front, curl the toes up towards you, reach for the toes. That'd be one. You could utilise a downward dog movement, which will bring the hamstrings into play and really sink the heels to the floor. That's another good one for the calf.
Downward dog is a real good favourite of ours because it's so simple. You don't need a wall, you don't need any equipment, just using your own body weight. But then, based on that, you can actually use a wall or a fence of some kind, or even a partner, to sort of lean against, get your heel on the floor and lunge forward, stretching out the calf.
Now, a good prescription, do as much stretching as you can, but when you've got really bad shin splints, if you can manage 3 to 4 stretch sessions per day for about 10 to 14 days, that should loosen up all the lean muscle tissue and should solve your problem. And thereafter, continue to keep the calves supple.
So as a slightly more advanced technique for curing shin splints, we can actually utilise a foam roller. Now we've already done a foam rolling video, which we can use some footage for now, but ultimately what we're looking for is making sure that the muscle within the fascia are gliding nicely over one another.
The fascia.
Let's not do that again. So yeah, using a foam roller. If you don't have a foam roller, very gently you could use something like a wine bottle on the calves and on the tibialis anterior at the front of your shin.
So solve the problem of the calves to solve the problem of your shin splints.